Go.
Okay. So yesterday we posted a video, Nico, about you wrapping one of your clients' hair. And the intention behind doing these little tidbits of videos is to obviously start engaging with people about what they actually want to hear, see, and what they're interested in. And you got a few questions about your wrapping techniques. But one of the questions that I thought was great, and it took you forever to answer me, so I was like, okay, well, let's answer that one on stories because it's too long for a text. The question was, if you have a workout routine every day and leaves your scalp sweaty, how do you keep from losing your hairstyle when it's straightened?
I mean, that's been a question for years and years and years. And you know, you can't really stop sweating. It's not realistic, you know what I mean? And you have to work out. So I usually plan it. So say you get your hair done for an event or, you know, whatever, you know, and I would actually do your event first. Get your hair done, do your event that night, afternoon, whatever. Next morning, work out, use a headband. The headband, pushing back the hairline, actually works pretty good. Yes, you're gonna get sweaty inside your scalp, but that's something, you know, that dry shampoo can address. I would actually rough dry, blow dry first, just to kind of dry up the scalp, and then spray some dry shampoo into it. Then, you know, the other option would be to styling it is actually dry wrapping it. Dry wrapping is a technique we use for people with hair that doesn't have a relaxer or any kind of chemicals in it. What we do is we, from your original set, you lay it down, comb it in the way that you should, and just like I wrapped with wrap lotion, you do the directional wrap, put some saran wrap on it, sit under like a hot dryer or something for about 5-10 minutes, you know, and actually get it to compress and reform. So rough dry shampoo, and then dry wrapping, the saran wrap.
Yeah, so essentially you have to do some work at restyling it. You can't just
and of course your roots are gonna get it's gonna go from straight to wavy to close to natural, you know what I mean? And in that you do you just kind of evolve with your style. You know, you can use a little bit of iron work, but I wouldn't use too much. I would do the dry wrapping first, and then really low temp flat iron on top of it, just to friend the face and stuff.
Yeah, especially because it's a question. The question was, what do you do if you work out every day or if you sweat every day for some reason? So, yeah, definitely not using.
Don't forget, put in that work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's the thing.
You got to work out your hair just like you're working out your body. So
That's your tag.
2-3 days later,
Work your hair out like you work your body.
I mean, it goes from flat to volume to shape to rocking it almost natural and half wavy. I mean, make the best of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right.
It's all about your silhouette and the shape of your hair.
All right, here we're going to start going crazy, okay.
Is this her natural hair or is it permed? Well, it's actually her natural hair, but because of color, because we blow dry, because she comes weekly, her texture kind of softened. So what I do is I cut her sides low enough to where I can actually lay down her hair with the wrap lotion. And then in the front where it's actually got a little, you know, it's a little relaxed from like heat damage, color, highlights, whatever, you know, I'm able to stretch it and lay it down. But I also use like a Sanex strip on top of that, keep it close to the scalp. Second question, what's her texture? This technique works on hair that is anything not overly kinky, you know what I mean? And I hate using that word, but overly curly is actually more accurate. The wrapping technique works on everything from will actually work on naturally kinky. What I do with naturally kinky hair is I like to blow dry, flat iron. When you're blow drying straight out from the scalp, there's a lot of volume. But what I do is I do a dry wrap, a flat iron a little bit on the ends, and what I'll do is I'll do the wrap motion, and then I'll put saran wrap on top of it. And I'll let it sit 5-10 minutes. Last question was winter shedding. Dry scalp. Winter shedding is just your scalp is trying to acclimate to the colder weather. Do you have to douse it with oils and all kinds of scalp ointments and, you know, emollients and all that kind of stuff? No, not necessarily. Wear your hair out. You know, let your scalp acclimate to the cold. Care actually uses, it's called conditioning cream hair dust. It's almost got a beeswax base. You know, I would use a beeswax based product on the skin, especially. I mean, even with the hair, you know, and that's actually what actually goes into the cuticle, what actually goes into the scalp. It actually absorbs a lot better.